wanna live a life.
That guy just, oh my gosh! Surprise, motherfucker! What? Oh my god, you're fucking crazy! What is up, you Smexy individuals? My name is Birdman778 and welcome to another thematic build video. Today, we're working on a new Moze build and we're calling this Titan Moze.
Cause I can't see you anywhere. Cause I don't wanna know what I should go. No, I don't wanna let you down. You just wanna know how far I will go. Cause you know I will stay around. So let me know where to go. So let me know where to go. I wanna find you.
Now, before we get into the video, I want to let you know I do work on all these builds on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/birdman778. I stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays starting at 5 p.m. Eastern, so make sure you're stopping on by, checking all these being made. I do have a couple streams sprinkled in between there, so make sure you stay up to date on my social media, twitter.com/birdman778, instagram.com/birdmangram, and obviously on YouTube, youtube.com/birdman778. Hit that thumbs up, the sub, and let's get going. So, what is Titan Moze? Titan Moze is a build kind of based around Moze's newest comm, the Flare. The Flare's ability is you gain up to 100% damage while Iron Bear is active and decreasing as Iron Bear spends fuel. Now, the whole point about this is as Iron Bear is pretty much fresh, you're going to be doing a lot of damage. And as it's decreasing, you're going to be doing less and less damage, but still, there's going to be a damage boost on top of there. So we wanted to figure out a way that we could beef up Iron Bear while also making Moze very viable when she's not stuck in Iron Bear. So we decided to run on different things, but weapon wise, the main things you're going to be using are the critical. Mine is an after Iron Bear next 2 mags bonus incinerary, a starved beast after exiting Iron Bear next 2 bags do bonus incinerary, but the element is rad, a convergence rad with ASE next 2 mags incinerary, and then a backburner shock with ASE splash. Now, why do we choose these? Well, first off, these 3 guns are all from the newest DLC, Psycho Creek and the Fantastic Fuster Cluck. I think they just work really well with Moze, especially the fact that the Star Beast kind of has that splash damage on top of it. I think it's really good, and I think the convergence works really well. The prompt critical will be your main mobbing weapon, I would say, though. It's really good against just like single target, like lower health enemies, while something like the convergence or the Star Beast might be able to help you out better against heavyweights or something like that. And then obviously backburner is backburner. I mean, it's just going to destroy no matter what. But your main bossing is going to be Iron Bear, but we're going to get into that more once we get in the skill tree. Mods wise, we're going with a plus ultra shield, Iron Bear next to 75% shield and health for 25 seconds. The Flare with weapon damage, shotgun damage, shield recharge delay. Cloning Mattering Tracker with grenade throw, weapon, grenade action skill, damage increase for 25% for 6 seconds. And then a Pearl of Ineffable Knowledge. Now, why do we choose all these? Well, one, the plus ultra, I just really wanted to boost up her shield and get that max capacity, a little bit of health, and also that full absorb chance. I think it works really well with her. The Flare, because it's going to obviously help out Iron Bear. Cloning Mattering Tracker, best grenade, period, for Moze. And then the Pearl just for that extra damage, and especially the mag size that it has on it as well. Now, let's go over to our skill tree and check that out. When it comes to our skill tree, we're obviously pretty heavy into the blue tree, but red and green get some love too. In the green tree, we're going to Cloud of Lead, Stoke the Embers, Retribution, Scrappy, Russian Offensive, and then Specialist Bear. Now, Specialist Bear is a big one for this because we want our Iron Bear to be doing as much damage as possible. So, obviously, equipping the same weapon gains increased damage. So I think this is really big for it, and also the fact that we got a couple of things in here that boost our incinerary damage on top of what we're already going to be doing. In the red skill tree, we're going a lot into our shields, just trying to boost them as much as possible. So armored infantry, we got security bearer on there, thin red line, flat off ingenuity, full can of whoop ass, Behind the Iron Curtain, and Desperate Measures. But mainly the biggest thing you're gonna be looking at here is Hell on Rails with our rail guns. Essentially, you're able to close to one-shot most bosses with this. If not one-shot them, literally just 2 recharges. I mean, you're good to go. You can see in the film here, we're going to be doing Evil Lilith, Evil Mordecai, Evil Brick. We're able to scrap these new bosses that have been said to be very health oriented within a couple seconds with this. But Hell on Rails obviously makes it a superheated round that does bonus incendiary damage on top of the incendiary damage we're already doing. So it ends up having a really big hit that just melts health bars. But then in the blue tree, obviously this can be the biggest thing for Iron Bear and ourselves as well. Fire in the Skag Den, Means of Destruction, Stainless Steel Bear, Auto Bear, Pull the Holy Pin, 1 point of Vampire, just because most of the time you're gonna be in Iron Bear. So if you're not in Iron Bear for a certain amount of time, you're not really gonna be needing Vampire's effect all that much, but you're gonna be spamming nades anyway, so it doesn't really matter all that much. Why can't I carry all these grenades to the last and then short fuse for those better shots? I definitely would say though, as much incendiary into your skill trees as much as possible, just because it's gonna help benefit Iron Bear. And because it's gonna be your main bossing apparatus for killing. Also, I think the colors I chose for this were super awesome. Please, in the comments below, tell me how awesome they were, because I think they're awesome. And you know what's awesome? Talking about Mayhem modifiers and how they help the build. Let's check it out. Now, in this, obviously we got Speed Demon, Healy Avenger, Ticked Off, and Roguelite. Why do we have these specific things? One, I want speed because we don't have like a snowdrift going on right now, so we're not getting a whole lot of speed, so Speed Demon is gonna help benefit that. Healy Avenger for those extra ups. Ticked Off because we're not really doing a status effect, we're doing some just like outright damage. Then we have Roguelite, but this is obviously the one you could change out. I prefer to change it out. It's just when I was doing these rolls, that's what I landed. Obviously, Gearbox, if you hear me, please let us be able to change our Mayhem modifiers. We would really love it. But again, I think probably the best thing would be something like Death following you around or Buddy System. So I had a whole lot of fun doing this build. I haven't been able to do a Moze build in a pretty long time other than our Firebender Moze. But something that's definitely more Iron Bear oriented instead of just doing the typical, just running around with short fuse, just melting everything. I'm really glad that we were able to get this flare com that kind of adds something new to Moze and using more of Iron Bear, especially early on. You could use Iron Bear a little bit and then hop out and just go off of Auto Bear just shooting around, and then you kind of mob around, and by the time that it goes away, you pretty much have your Iron Bear right back, so you can just hop right back in and keep on going. I think it's pretty cool. But this build is a lot of fun to do anyway, so I was glad to do it. But like I mentioned, I do all these on my Twitch channel, so check that out. Guys, I hope you have a great night, day, whatever it may be, and stay smexy.